This reading found you an hour before it happens.
We'll see. Right now it is 2:29 p.m. on Tuesday. Is it the 30th today? Yes, it's the 30th. Yeah, 1 hour, bitch. I'm kidding. No, so the other day... Whoa. Well, a long time ago, I did a reading with this deck.
Your life is about to start moving very fast. Things will be flowing very easily. But there's also a slight feeling of anxiety with this card. A feeling that you don't have everything under control.
It's an arrow card. Okay, I'm gonna pause this so I can explain context. You do have things under control. So, I was channeling and I had seen this like weird cross-hatch, like scratchy pattern almost. And I didn't know what it was. And then I, later on in the day, or I don't know if it was the same day or a few days, I don't know. I don't remember. I was using this deck and I pulled a card. I don't remember what card it even was. But one of the pictures on one of these cards resembled that. And then yesterday, my mailman sent me a picture of him flying his plane and a picture of this one of the sky. And like the smoke, like the cloud lines, I don't fucking know what that is. But it was in that similar pattern. And it's been bugging me ever since, and I've been feeling like I need to like tap in. Anyways, I pulled up YouTube and this was the first video that I saw. And I don't follow or subscribe to this person, and it just says this finds you 1 hour before it happens. 4 of Pentacles. All right.
But the anxiety may be making you doubt yourself or your abilities. However, everything happens in divine timing. You can trust.
2 of Cups. King of Wands.
The blade is letting me know
Daddy energy.
That there is somebody in your life that holds negative energy towards you. I'm getting that this person might want to get rid of you from a certain group. There's hostility here.
222. Visibility.
You know who this person is because you've already sensed this from them.
Yes.
I'm getting that they will try to maneuver against you.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be maneuvering out of this vicinity.
Wow, Father of Pentacles. Wow.
Somebody is wanting your leftovers. Somebody might be trying to be you or become you or take over your position.
What the fuck?
But I'm getting the energy that they don't have a personal identity. They need to be somebody else to feel
right
like
after
somebody.
King and Queen.
They want to be you.
Right, one after the other. Holy
they
shit.
Want what you have.
And
they are jealous
2 of Cups
you.
under that.
There could be
and
somebody
Father
in
of
your
Wands.
life
King of
that is
Wands
giving
underneath.
You lots of attention or love. And this person is jealous of that. There's a very negative energy attached to this person.
8 of Pentacles.
With the Time Master, however, I am getting that you are the master of your timelines.
The master of my domain,
ultimately
bitch.
Deciding to shift timelines to where this person is no longer a problem.
Shifting energy, shifting perspective.
You are raising your vibration.
Yep.
And are using the law of attraction to eliminate all the problems in your life.
Oh my gosh.
This is a very powerful energy.
9 of Pentacles.
And this will mean that this person
about what he's saying.
will no longer be able to control you.
Thank you, God.
Or do anything about you because you are moving them out of your life.
Thank you, God. Oh my gosh.
Energetically speaking, they will just disappear and no longer be a problem.
The Fool. 0. The Void, the Universe. One of the first readings I did an hour or 2 ago. I literally pulled the number, then used the number deck, and I pulled 000. I was doing readings back in 2022, 2023, where I was seeing a bird in a nest, and I was seeing like broken tree roots and like wedding bands that were shattered and broken and butterflies coming out of their cocoon. Wow. Makes me feel so bad because at that time I genuinely had no clue that I was like projecting my own like stuff. Like I knew that, but I didn't realize how much I knew that. And I guess it's kind of a testimony to like you always can think that you know what you need to know about a certain thing, or like 505 when I looked. So change, void, change. So you always think that in that void in between making decisions or leveling up or just everyday life, like that you think that you'll have like times where you feel like you know not that you know everything, but just like you're at a spot to not need improvement. And while sometimes that's good, right now it is 2:34 on the timer. Like it is literally 2:34 in the afternoon. And that's kind of like validating what I'm saying of like it's okay to have times like that, but like you should always be understanding of the fact that you can think you know everything about something and you still won't. Because you only know everything about that something at the point in time in which you encountered it or experienced it or learned about it or know it. Everything has the ability and the ability and the capacity to grow and change and evolve. Okay, so I'm seeing this illusion of like this like gridlock between, it's like that web that was being woven. Holy shit, judgment. Wow, that's fucking crazy. So if you think of this web that was being woven, like if you look at how, like at all of these little points where it crosses, if like, let's say that's that's a person. This person looks at this person and thinks that they know everything about this person. And maybe they do in that moment in time when they experience them. Maybe they know everything that they needed to know about a certain thing. All right, well, time changes and both of those people have separate experiences and lives. Of course, there's no way you would be totally correct in your opinion or your like perspective of something, especially when you're so like honed in, because I have a tendency, it's probably an autism thing, but I have a tendency to like skip really obvious kind of no-brainer details. And I've struggled a lot with that because I've struggled, like, I've internalized that a lot and like felt dumb, or like people think I'm dumb, or like it's just caused a lot of stress of like me having to like do things over, or maybe spend more time on something trying to figure something out than I really needed to, because I was like overthinking a very simple thing and not even knowing I was doing it because I was so focused in and honed in on the detail of the whatever it was that I wasn't seeing everything back here that was actually easier to comprehend first. Sorry, that kind of went on a tangent, but like it makes me feel bad because I remember that time and genuinely like thinking I was reading for other people, and like, because I would practice on my friends, and I think I like caused a lot of anxiety because I wasn't seeing how like the readings I would do for my friends were like directly already coming out of the energy I was working with. Like I didn't know that. I was obviously learning and new, and I had no clue. I had great intentions, but I had no clue. And that just kind of like, it was weird that like showed that to me. It like made me realize like, whoa, so like all of those times I thought I was reading for my friends, I'm being shown that I need to go back and watch the old readings that I used to, because I have them all in a Dropbox because I would send them the links to them, and I'm getting shown that I need to go back and watch those because they were really for me and for my future. Something about that, like I just don't want to fucking do it. Like I don't want to fucking do that. And it's weird because I love digging into that stuff. It's weird because that tells me that I know there's going to be stuff in there that is maybe hard for me to process, or that I don't want to know, or that I'm going to feel bad about. That's what it is. It's going to be that I'm going to feel bad and stupid. I'm going to feel like a fucking asshole, and I'm going to feel bad because I'm going to see how much it actually was my life that has panned out since. And that makes me feel like a fucking shit person. I don't like that. That was on the bottom of the deck. All right, fine. But that was showing that me, okay, fine. I can't sit in that, because that kind of is what brings me down and like discourages me again into feeling like I feel like I'm like stupid and like shouldn't be doing readings or anything, because I don't think I can do it justice. Like I don't want to be projecting onto people I think that maybe in the last few years is why I kind of had to pull away from, like, because my TikTok accounts got so big. I have 2, and they got really big, and, well, not really big, but, like, I'm proud of it, you know, organically. And I think that's why I kind of, like, stepped away, was because I was scared of, like, misrepresenting myself, which is weird because the very things I struggled with and suffered from, like the mental illnesses and like my experiences, were in a way portraying me, misrepresenting me, but yet they weren't, though. No, oh my gosh, okay, so I'm getting shown that exactly what I just explained, where I said, like, I can kind of skip layers and kind of omit very obvious information because I'm thinking too deep, or I'm thinking on a deeper level, or like in a completely different dimension in the first place. But what they're showing me is that, like, that's the same as how I view those personalities, is like they're not actual personalities that were their own people, even though, like, you can see when they would shift, they're not like separate people. That's just if you take the scope of my identity and my being and my soul as a whole, that's like that analogy of like zooming in a little bit too close, and so you're seeing all of them separately. Well, oh my gosh. This is the card I was talking about. It's the 10 of Wands that was pulled with the reversed of 2 of Swords. Wow. The reversed 2 of Swords and the reversed 4 of Wands and the Hierophant. And with that, I was getting this idea. It's weird. I'm hearing it, but yet I'm not hearing it in language where it's so hard to articulate. I just looked up when it was 12. I looked up right after it said 12:22, but wow. And then under the Hierophant was the reversed Chariot, which goes in with exactly what I was just going to say. And that's absolutely fucked up. And then, so where I had the deck split, I have the other half in my lap like this. And the top of that one is the Lovers, and it's 2 fucking birds. And then the way this is sitting like that, this one that's poking out is the World. I'm getting told I need to read the books on these. And then after that, Wheel of Fortune is popping up. So breaking cycles, but no. So I need to take it back. I need to, what was I saying? Finally breaking through that crossroads of understanding that this always reminds me of an intuitive eye. This is always like, for me, is like third eye intuition. I don't know if that's actually what this card means. 1, 2, 3, 4 of Wands. I don't know if that's actually what it means. But what I'm getting from this is like almost this illusion of like, let's pretend these are scissors. Whew. And then let's pretend that this eye of intuition is this right here. There, that's, so think about cutting through illusion, or cutting through the crossroads, crossing the path that is keeping you stopped, and finally slicing through it just with like stoic, just decisiveness of like, yep, not doing that anymore. And that what it's doing is it's just breaking you free from the limitations of your third eye, and the limiting beliefs of your whatever your crossroads is, the limiting beliefs of the decisions that you're afraid to make, and that you're cutting through that bullshit because you can trust yourself. And when I looked up, it was 1444, which is a divinely led 444. Yeah, 444. Anyways, so there was those, and then right after that was the Hierophant, and the Hierophant represents me. I, for a while, had my usernames my username was Hierophant, because with the VID and like the alts fronting, that was a play on words with that, but I'm represented as the Hierophant. I have the key. And, oh my gosh, the lightning, it was lightning, oh my gosh. I just scratched the shit out of myself. No, when I was out there and, oh my gosh. And it's the number 5. Why have I not ever noticed that maybe it's only in this deck, but it's the number 5. Change. What I'm getting is that I can be in this energy all day and be wielding these swords and helping other people cut through their illusion. But if I'm also not willing to fly off my branch, and there's another reader on here, I love her so much. She's so tranquil and like peaceful and gorgeous, and she always makes this comparison of like a bird sitting on a branch isn't worried about if the branch is going to fall below them, because they have wings where they can fly away if it does fall. And that's what this card is. Wow. I got really good. This is way deeper than I thought it would be. And this isn't even about anything that I started it to be about. But anyways, what the reverse chariot is me not doing that, me not believing that, me not like, and it doesn't come from a place of ill intent, because it's like a place of service and wanting to help, and in a way I use those instances of helping others to help myself, and it's not in a codependent way, it's like more of like in a study way. It's like honestly to like learn other people in that context, to help me compare and learn myself in that context. And it's not with malintent at all, but obviously like before I was super aware that that's what I was doing, like I don't, like I just, like that feels icky. Like that's why it's just really important that you like take your stuff seriously and you don't just like mess around with spiritual shit when you're not sure what you're doing. Anyways. Wow. And it's just showing me that reverse chariot is I've been holding my own self back by thinking that I'm devoting to service, which is a great thing, right? That's nice. That's great. That's wonderful. It's nice that I feel like it's easier to help others than myself. That's wonderful. Great. But it's also keeping me from my fullest ability of helping others, because there's still a tinge of whatever it is that I'm projecting onto them that may not, that won't always align. And then what is that doing? It's perpetuating what I still have unhealed in them and pointing it out in their life, and then causing anxiety and creating stress in their life. And again, not intentional, but just it's important to like talk about it, I think, because it's important to be aware and cognizant of knowing or trying not to do that when you're new and learning readings for people, but also when you are getting readings from people, understanding that there's going to be that like human error, I guess, involved. Wow, that was really cool. This is getting too long, and when the videos get long, they never load, and it's a hassle, so I'm gonna start a new one.